Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is well. It's about 1 o'clock on a Sunday, and it's way too bright. But I don't want to go home because I've got the whole day off, and I'm going to do some nature photography later today when the light gets a bit better. So, for an hour or two, I've just come somewhere I haven't been for years to have some lunch, and I thought I'm going to walk around and take some photos with my iPhone 15. I got this phone about 2 months ago, and I've been so impressed with the quality of photos. I recently went back to England and I went to Barcelona, and I took my camera with me, but I didn't use it. I just used the phone the whole time because I felt for just regular snapshots, the phone was absolutely fine, more than enough. And also recently I've been doing all my vlogs with this because I still haven't replaced the windscreen for my vlogging mic. So I just bought this cheap iPhone mic thing that connects here, and I've been using my iPhone just to vlog, and I find it really easy and pretty good. So anyway, the conditions, it's really bright sunshine. The conditions are not great, but actually I'm at the coast, and Okinawa is famous for its beautiful ocean, and the colors are amazing. And actually in the middle of the day, it's where the colors are most vibrant. So I think for this kind of photography, it doesn't really matter that it's in the middle of the day. So let's just walk around and see what we can get. So the first cool thing is this abandoned island. Now, there's an old restaurant on there, which I think was in operation years ago, and it was probably very cool, but it's just been left completely abandoned, looks ruined. I think when the low tide is, you can walk out, but high tide now, you can't. I wish someone would restore it, but I took some drone footage of that a few years ago, and it's very cool. Fishing nets. I don't know if they're used anymore. I mean, I think a lot of these boats are just not, they've just been forgotten and abandoned. So all these fishing nets, I'm not sure if they're used. Guess they didn't get the memo. It's all pretty wild here. These are kind of mangroves just growing sort of out of the concrete. Oh, there's a cool little lighthouse over there. I don't think I can get there from here. I'd have to walk around. Now, photography is about so much more than just gear. It doesn't matter what tools you have, you've got to be able to find a photo. So I always try and visualize in my mind what kind of picture I want. And I think these things here and there will make for an interesting shot if I can frame it up right. So yeah, even with a phone, good photos can be taken if you know what you're looking for. So let's see if I can get something. Often when I take photos of the beach in Okinawa, I actually have to desaturate because the colors are so vivid. Some people think you faked it, but as you can see, cobalt or turquoise, I don't know what the exact word is, but the sea is such a beautiful color. And if you go snorkeling here, it's so transparent, the water. You can see very far underwater.
As I said, photos will appear at the end of the video. Here I'm just giving you a bit of a recce of the location that I was taking photos at. But do make sure to stick around because things take a dramatic twist and things get really exciting and riveting, I promise you.
Now the phone has some interesting features. It's got the portrait mode, which I mentioned, which is really great. And you can open up the aperture to sort of get that blurred out effect that you can get on professional cameras. So that's great. It's got a number of different scenes that I haven't really used yet. It's got a 2-time optical crop. So that's really good. It's not electric, it's an optical crop. So you can get a bit closer, and it's also got a widescreen camera. So it's got basically everything you need to go out and take nice shots. And I think if you're going on a weekend away, when you might have taken your camera in the past, depending on the type of photography you're doing, maybe you don't need to. Maybe the camera on the phone is enough, I think. Now look in the change of colour of water here. That might make an interesting shot. So that change in the colour of water, unfortunately, it's not a straight line. So what I can do is I can come back here away from right on the coast, and if I sort of drop down here, I can then use this foreground and then block out the place where it then bends. So that's what I'm going to try and do, and I'll crop in to see if I can get just the foreground and then the change in colour. So I've just moved my car from over there to over here so I can get to that lighthouse. But I've just climbed up here. I don't know how I'm going to walk there. And just over there, it looks like there's this tiny sort of beautiful private beach. So I might see if I can get down here, get across, and get some shots over there. That looks stunning. And then walk up to the lighthouse. Wow, look at this. Some rubbish has washed up on the shore, but this is absolutely stunning. Beautiful sand, clear water. Wow, and there's a cove round there. I might take my shoes off, see if I can go through there and get some pictures before the tide comes in. Wow, what a location. Didn't even know about this. Stunning. Right, let's go and explore. Kind of spooky. No one here. Right, don't break my neck. Wow. I might come back here with the kids. No one knows about this place. What's that? Some kind of shrine or something? Wow. This video's gone a bit off piece, sorry about that. But this is kind of fun, isn't it? This is probably not a good idea, knowing how clumsy I am. This is just too cool to not do it. So let's hope I don't fall over and kill myself. Whoa! What's that? Where's that coming from? Sorry, it's super windy, so I'm sure the microphone's picking up some wind. I apologize. That is stunning. You're kidding me. Where's that going? Is that a hotel up there? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's Moon Beach. That's Moon Beach. I did a video there with my kids about a year ago. I don't know if you saw it. I didn't know we were here. Yeah, I did a video from here about a year ago with my children, just taking random pictures, kind of like this. I had no idea we were that close to Moon Beach. Wow, it's stunning. So this ladder thing, not ladder, this stairs, obviously used to go up to Moon Beach, but it looks like it doesn't work now, or is inoperational. Anyway, let's get some shots. That was so cool, but the tide's coming in. I remembered that the phone also got this thing called Live, which you can take and then later make it up to a 3-second long exposure, I think. I'm not really sure how it works. I just tried it, but you've got to do it later in editing. So I tried to get some of the water movement. It might be too bright for it to see it work, but anyway, the tide's coming in pretty quick. Knowing me, I'll get cut off and have to swim back and get eaten by a shark. So anyway, that's super cool. Oh, that's so fun. Anyway, let's head back before my shoes are eaten by a crab. Okay.
So despite getting sidetracked, I eventually did make it back to see the lighthouse. Unfortunately, the light from that side of the lighthouse meant that no photos were possible, but it was just the end of a really fun couple of hours just exploring. If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking with the video.
So yeah, basically the point is that iPhones, and probably all modern phones now, are really, really good. They've got lots of little cool features. I love that portrait one. I probably use it too much. But you can definitely get a lot of great shots. But also, I want to make the point that gear doesn't take good shots. The photographer's got to know what he wants. He's got to think about composition. He's got to think about light. I've been using the exposure compensation on here a lot today. Now, maybe when I was a beginner, I wouldn't have done that. I just wouldn't have known it. But because when the sun was really bright, there was contrast on some of the leaves and stuff. So by raising the exposure compensation a little bit, you can kind of mitigate that. So yeah, I've been overexposing quite a lot to try and minimize the shadows. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Get your phone out, think about composition, think about the shots you want to take. And as I said, I'm using this thing to vlog at the moment, so it's very, very practical. I'm really happy I bought it. And because I recently got my Apple as well, my MacBook, which people who follow the channel will know, it's so easy to sync the stuff. I can just instantly send from here to the MacBook. It's so much quicker. Anyway, wherever you are, remember, try not to get too stressed about life, work, love life, all that kind of stuff. Get out into nature. It'll clear your mind, I guarantee.
The live photo feature on the iPhone is a lot of fun actually. I think it could be practical in the future. It does crop in quite a lot, and I didn't realize that. But what you do is you take it, it adds a little bit of video before the photo and afterwards. So it's a total of about a second, 2 seconds. And then you can go into your photos gallery later, scroll down to the live photos album, click on a live photo, and at top left you'll see live. Click on that and it gives you a number of options. Go down to long exposure, then the AI within the phone puts together a version of long exposure. And it kind of works well, and I think I might revisit it in the future with waterfalls or a sunset or moody waves or something. So it's a bit of fun. I'll also put some other photos I took of the bridge straight out of camera. I will then include some of the better shots I took of the day. Taking photos of the sea during the day works fine because, as I said, you can really bring out the colours as long as you don't overexpose the sand. Taking photos of the other things like leaves and grasses, I knew that was risky. It's kind of windy, bright sunshine, so those are too contrasty. So those don't make great photos, but I thought it'd be fun to include my thought process anyway. If you want to go somewhere and you want to take really serious shots, I would definitely recommend you still take your camera, because when you crop into the iPhone, that's when it kind of falls apart a little bit. But if you're just going to do general snapshots, you want to save some luggage space, then the iPhone 15 Plus does a really great job, and I totally recommend it as a photography tool. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.